Hello guys, welcome to this video lesson. You will learn how to properly reduce extra area of steel in a reinforced concrete beam, as this will help you to stop wasting steel bars in beams. You will also proceed to learn the relationship between required area of steel, extra area of steel, and provided area of steel, so as to guide you against over-designing of structural elements in Protastructure. Always bear in mind that in civil structural design, that we ensure safety, functionality, economy, and durability of the structure. Like in this model now, some of these beams have actually failed, and then I can decide to look at the moment and shear flow diagram of this beam. If I select this particular one, I can click in these provisions to actually see the V2 including, which is the shear force diagram, okay, and as well as the M33 including meter, which is the bending moment. And as you can see, where we have the maximum bending moment at the midspan of the beam right here, and we also have at the support some moment right there, as you can see. So these are the areas that we actually need steel reinforcement. Like at this provision where we have 215.5 kilonewton meter of bending moment, we need a steel reinforcement. We also need a steel reinforcement at this support where we have 174.6 and then 171.8 successfully. So these are the provisions where we need steel area. If I click on the exit from here, and then I also use this provision of section design right here, I click on the OK right here, and I click on yes option right here. You can also see that we have the required area of steel, we have the extra area of steel, we have the provided area of steel, and then you can also see that this beam is failed by deflections. It is not actually by the area of steel provided, but this is just failing by deflection, and the span of the beam is 8.4 meters. So we are going to be going into this step by step, which I will take you straight away the relationship between the required area of steel, extra area of steel, and the provided area of steel. So we will minimize how we actually waste the reinforcement in the beam section. Stick to this video till the very end, and then if the first time you have actually come across a video on our channel Finalizing Academy, consider subscribing. Do not forget to also like the video, share the video with our colleagues so they can also learn from the little knowledge that this video have. Okay, now let us get started. Let us consider this beam for the optimization example. So I will open the interactive design sections of all the beam at this level. So I will need to navigate to the level which is ST3 level. I will expand the beam provisions and select on this beam, right click, and then I'll use the options of RC beam design active story. So here is the story beam section design and detailing right here. So we have interactive design right here, we have beam design batch mode right here, and here are the beams, and then the beam consigned is this particular beam 3B18. all right, so this beam has failed, and then you can see that this is not actually failed by U ratio, because U ratio is below 1, it is 0.97, so it is below 1. It's not supposed to fail, but this is actually failing by deflection. If I select on it or double click on it, I will be able to get to this window where we have bar space issues. All right, click on the OK options. So this will take us to the reinforcement data. I click on yes option here to update the reinforcement right here. So here we go. We have the required area of steel here, we have the extra area of steel here, and then we have the provided area of steel, which is this one that we have for both the tension and the compression. Both the tension, which is the bottom, and the compression, which is the top level of the beam successfully. Okay, now we are going to be resolving the deflection check failure that we have right here, I will navigate right here to the beams, because this is actually failing by tensile strength, okay, of the reinforced concrete member right here. I will increase this section to 600 millimeters right here, and click in these provisions, click in the beam design parameter options, and here you see the shear forces right here. I wouldn't need to change anything here at the moment. At the tensions and compression provision, I click on OK options and navigate back to the rebar option right here. Now we have successfully corrected the deflection check, as we have increased the tensile strength of the beams, which is the beam depth, to 600. So we are now having beam section here to be 225 by 600. Mind you, the span of this beam is 8.4 meters or 8,400 millimeters right here. It is a very long span beam to some extent. Okay, so now let's proceed. So with what we have here, we have the top bar here. So this is the compression zone. Okay, we have the bottom bar, which is the tension zone. We also have bottom bar 2, which is the support bottom bar right here within the provision, where we have a very deep it just span within the provision, where we have a very deep or the highest bending moment. If you click on this diagram provision, you can see here we have 215.5 kilonewton meter at the bending moment. So at this point we need a support reinforcement. So the main reinforcement actually do not really be able to hold it, which is the first layers of reinforcement. Okay, this is the first layer. It's not enough. We have to provide additional reinforcement called support reinforcement, and you can see that it is actually indicated with a dotted line right here. I can now extend this to lap for the sake of construction, just like this. So these are the reinforcement we have here. Okay, so quickly let us look at the relationship between the required area of steel, extra area of steel, and provided area of steel. Now at the required area of steel over here, you can see we have a 1006.05, okay, as the area of steel required at the left support of the beam. At the mid part of the beam, we have 49474.24. so this is actually the compression zone area of steel. Okay, this one is the tension zone area of steel. All right, so now at the right support of the beam compression zone, we have 987.42 right here, as you can see. So we have highest area of steel at the left hand side. Okay, so let's compare what we have as the provided. At the provided here, we have 5y20. So what is the area of steel that make up this 5y20? We need to calculate that. So I will enable my calculator right here. Okay, so now I will have to check, area of a circular shape is pi radius square. Okay, so for the radius, we have a diameter of this reinforcement to the 20. The radius is going to be 10. Okay, so now I will do pi from here. I'll use this second function, pi, and then equals from here. Then from here, this is pi 3.142 approximately. I will be multiplying this by the radius, which is 10 square. All right, the radius of 20 mm diameter, you have to divide this 20 by 2 to have 10 right there. So if you click equals, you will be having 314.16 approximately. Okay, so we have 5 numbers. Okay, we have 5 numbers of this size of reinforcement provided, all right, at the compression zone. So I have to multiply this by 5 right here. So I'm having 1570 point let me say 0.79 approximately, 1570. All right, so this 1570, if you actually minus this by the 1006.05 you have here, you may be having this extra area of steel provided here. So let's try that. So 1570.796 right there minus 1006 right here 0.5. Okay, 0.5 right here, like this, and then click on equals. So you see I have 564.74. What do you have here? This is 564.74 exactly. All right, so you can see the relationship between the required area of steel, extra area of steel, and provided area of steel right here. So to me, I will be saying that this extra area of steel is just like a nominal reinforcement. We don't really need it that much, and this is much, and this is how we waste our steel in beams. All right, so having identified this, the same method you will use, okay, and identify the mid span area of steel at the compression zone, and also the right hand side support area of steel at the compression zone, as well as the tension zone. This same method I've just explained is what you will use, but we have been able to get this first one at the left end support of the beam at the compression zone. We have the extra area of steel, and then to be 564.74, which is what we get right here, as you can see. Okay, so this is how you can be able to relate the required area of steel, extra area of steel, and provided area of steel successfully. Okay, so now let's see how we can minimize this area of steel from 5674 to something else that it is more economical. Okay, that is more economical. So now I will proceed. What I will do now is, and then if you notice, we are having a space issue. Okay, bar at the top are too closed, and then the space is not much. Okay, so that's why you are seeing this provision showing red. So we also need to correct that, which you are going to be learning all of this right away. Let's proceed. Okay, so I'll be providing a support top bar 1 at this point. So I will have that to be 16 mm reinforcement. Okay, so it's going to be 316 mm reinforcement, because if you check very well at the mid-span compression zone, we're having area of steel, extra area of steel to be 1096. All right, 1906.56. That is quite very high. Okay, so we need to work on it. Okay, we need to work on that. So now I've provided 3Y16. You see, area of steel here I've actually increased. You can see. So I will provide another 3Y16 right here to increase this area of steel right here as well, just like this. Okay, so these are support reinforcement, and this is carrying a solid line and not a broken line. Any support reinforcement in Protastructure is supposed to carry a broken line. So having it selected like this, come to the bar at layer provision and change it to layer 2 right here. Come to this also provisions and change this to layer 2, just like this. You can see. So now we have a very high area, okay, at both support of these 8.4 meter beams. So we need to now reduce the first layers of reinforcement that we are having to be 5. Let's reduce this again. Now you see, so now that we have reduced it, you can see that the mid-span area at the compression zone right here, extra area is now 782.4. It has reduced from 1000 something. Also, the ones at the end have also reduced from 1000 something. You can see how we actually reduce this thing properly to see how to get economical design. So I want to also reduce this to 3. Now I reduce this to 3, and I'm having 491.09. Okay, at the left end support, and then at the mid-span I have 468.24 at the mid-span, and then at the right end support I have 510.94 millimeter square extra area of steel. So you can see that I've drastically reduced this area of steel to economical level, as you can see from here. And then reducing this area of steel to economical level, I've also encountered and resolved the challenge of bar space successfully, as you can see from here. All right, so for the tension zone right now, we have 3Y20 as the main bar, and then support bar 3Y20 as well. And then if you check the area of steel provided here at the mid-span, I'm having 504. Okay, which we may not necessarily need to reduce this to reduce the either the support bar, okay, at the bottom. Okay, so but if you try to reduce this will give you, you can see that this has also reduced drastically. You have 200, okay, instead of 400 extra area of steel, and then over here we have 921. All right, and 913.71 at left and right end support of the beam in the tension zone. All right, so with this that we have done, you can see that we have made these beams to be more economical than it was before. All right, this beam is now more economical, and this is how you can properly reduce the area of steel and relate the required area of steel, extra area of steel, and as well as provided area of steel right here. Okay, so that you can be able to have a proper design, a design that is safe, a design that is economical. Okay, So that is what we actually have in mind when we are designing, and this is the right way you can do this successfully. Okay, so I know that you have learned one or two things. After you have done with this, you just have to click on the OK options. If you click on the OK options from here, a kind of warning will come up. You can see the sections of some beams along the axis has been changed. The beam name is this, and then the following analysis result will be invalidated. If you proceed with an analysis, do you want to continue? So if you click on yes options, your changes will actually take effect, and it will require you to carry out visual analysis again. Okay, it will require you to carry out visual analysis again. So just have to click on the yes option from here. Click on the yes option, and then you can see that the U ratio have actually reduced from 9.7 to 8.7, which is quite okay. But you will need to carry out visual analysis again, and this is how you can be able to reduce the extra area of steel provided, all right, using Protastructure in order for you to stop wasting reinforcement successfully. We have an ongoing masterclass on Protastructure. We teach you Protastructure practically, all right? So you will learn from A to Z and become master of these programs and other programs that we teach on YouTube. So you can join our masterclass, and then you gain a lot. At the end of the training sections, you'll be very much happy that you have actually learned what you really want to learn and understand as a structural engineer or a young upcoming engineer. Join this our masterclass through our link in the description of this video. Okay, and there are also a template that can help you fast track your detailed drawings. So this masterclass we will actually teach you from scratch to detailed drawing documentations. All right, so we teach you everything that you will need to know to carry out the complete working drawings using Protastructure and other software that we teach on this channel. We are going to be stopping here. Do not forget to like the video. If you have yet to subscribe, consider subscribing to our channel, Software Academy. Stay connected, stay safe, and see you in the next presentation. Bye for now.